Hey everybody, welcome back. Don't think it needs to be said necessarily, but I'm having a good time with the weekly thus far this week. Feel like we have enough of a handle on it. I'll be a befuddled boogeyman, like the boogeyman when he comes to my house, because our bed doesn't have like an under the bed. Listen, I get like torn up on stream for this. It's not like I don't sleep with a mattress on the ground. It's just a bed frame that's very low to the ground, so that you can't slide anything under it, and it has barriers. They're not anti-storage barriers. They're just aesthetic barriers. I like sleeping on a low bed. The low bed theory. The theory is it makes me better at super auto pets. We're testing it as we speak. Very high level potential here. What I was gonna say is I think this weekly is kind of it's nice in the sense that, well, first off, it's not nice because we're actually going to be on 4 life, 0 wins. It's pretty uncommon this early, but such is life, I suppose. I would love a seagull. Thank you so much. These are great stats. I would love to add you to the team as well. In fact, I would sell an otter to add you to the team. Toot sweet. And meat is going to go insane here. But I feel like I have a handle on things that can work well in the weekly this week, and those things are not just scaling, which means it's a lot of fun because we get to mess around with some different archetypes. Now, this will go crazy. We need to find another unit deserving of being on the squad. I think, honestly, that is an easy way to do that right there and be happy about it. And then I'll pop you down so I can get the level off of you next time. And we're trying to build a squad as soon as possible that has, like, meat on all the units. At which point, like, we will be in a very strong position until the late game. We'll worry about that when we get there. So, level up. I think orangutan with meat is very synergistic with what we got going on here. Nobody really needs garlic right now. Another weasel. It would be nice to actually have the weasel get meat, but it's kind of a tough swing. I'm not a chocolate cake Andy. I will just buy meat for you and keep you on the team for now, honestly, because I love you, because I love you. Maybe I'd sell a goose. Maybe forget this. We'll get the meat for free. We'll sell a goose, because it's reaching the end of its usefulness without meat on it, especially. You're going to kill your own peacock, brother. That's a very risky move. The weasel's going to hit level 2. We're going to have lots of purchasing power to work with, and we're looking very strong right now. We're looking very strong. Sell me. Buy me. We take our level. Honestly, just a very strong unit here early on. I was just going to say it would be very nice to see a seagull level up if we're going to try to turn this into a spawning team. We got to be careful now that I think about it. We don't want our deer to get meat instead of a chili, or our bus to get meat instead of a chili pepper. We would describe that as an oopsie. So maybe a deer actually doesn't really work with what we're doing here. Well, in that case, goodbye, and sorry I wasted a turn of the orangutan. We will get another orangutan out there with meat. A fish. Another fish. Kind of a huge play. It's a nutty opportunity to use a lion. And I'm just thinking if maybe I don't want to, like maybe I want to sell a fish to get a lion out there rather than combine orangutans, because we could get so many more stats. Would we get many more? We'd probably get a few more stats out of it. I'm going to give it a try. I know you're not going to have the meat on you, so this is like something of a lateral move, but at best. But let me see here. So in this case, you can't take tier 6s. We could just buy meat, or we could buy a steak for you, or we could buy another lion at some point and put it on top of you after you've gotten the stats. I feel like I'm using my analytical brain, and it hasn't been used in a long time, which is probably why it's so fresh. We're not really rooting for like a spawning team right now. We're just enjoying life. Playing the economy a little bit. Okay, more economy, because at least we're getting something out of our scaling every turn. They are still units in their own right. Okay, they can use the stats. Next turn, it would be nice to maybe make something a little bit more productive happen. But hey, we got the win out of that one regardless, despite spending no money on ourselves. Orangutan level would be important. Lion level is also important. Seagull level, not as important as like getting a steak on you right now. Now remember, you have to buy lower than tier 5 units. You would be really good, but it's just not in the cards for us. A kangaroo kind of might be in the cards for us, especially when it's semi-close to leveling itself, especially when it's getting a little buff via the orangutan. We need the lion to level. We need some chocolate for the lion. But I think that there's something to this, man. They got their own lion. They got their own lynx. Painful. Painful. There's a lot of pain here. I'll give you this one. You got me on this one by just a little bit. But it was enough to make me feel bad about myself. So congratulations. Good equipments. It's mighty important. Very good. Very important. One of these. Roll me once. Oh! It's the exact things that I needed. Okay. What a delightful surprise. Would probably love... I'm trying to think of, like, what purpose... We're gonna lose this one, too, aren't we? We are? We are. What purpose does the seagull serve for us now? Like, potentially outfitting new squad members with equipment. But we're not spawning anything. Like, we're kind of hard-pressed to pivot the squad too much now. Which is bad, obviously. I'm looking for, like, a green pepper, thank you. Or a steak, for that matter. But the green pepper's pretty solid. I'm thinking we might be close to, like, our cap right now. Sadly. The meat is no longer, like, strong enough to get the job done all by itself. On the other hand, oh! Buff the lion once more. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Just give him some chocolate or give him a line. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, now, that's very important and that's very appreciated. Very appreciated. Let's put a steak on you. Who's getting buffed? The orangutan buffs itself. It insists upon itself. Could we start selling some stuff to get some steaks out there? My green pepper. That's one of the most physically painful experiences that I've ever witnessed. Was my green pepper getting broken and thus blowing up my whole squad. Okay, 6 wins. I really thought we were doing something a little better. I think we shouldn't have thrown the lion into an already functional squad. Not a bad unit, like, just by itself, but I think that it was not... We got bifurcated instead of saying monofurcated. Just be a big eggplants. Unifurcated? I guess it's just non-furcated. You can't unifurcate something, because then it's non-furcated. Very similar looking squad right now. And, like, extraordinarily similar looking squad right now, okay? That's fine. This was the squad that left us on 4 life after round 1, but that's not, or after rounds 1 and 2, but that's not going to happen again, because we drew our first round. It just goes to show you, it's a twisted world out here. Now we're 1 win, 5 life. Instead of 0 wins, 4 life. We didn't get a seagull. I still think the more early meat you can get, the happier you're going to be. And even if we have to pay for it ourselves, I'm okay with that. That we learned, thanks to the seagull, extremely Gordon Gecko voice, meat is good. I don't think I've ever seen Wall Street. If I did, it was on TBS a long time ago. I'm going to take my level. I know we're not, like, really making efficient use of the level up ability, but, and we're 3 squatted, which is crazy in and of itself, but Sorry, I didn't want to buy rabbits because the food is not good this week. Or it's not good for rabbit purposes, at least. And to think, you all laughed at me for my 3-squattedness. More meats? I would be more than content. Honestly, you should take some meat first. I would definitely add meat to it. I think meat is the secret this week. Win early, stabilize with, or like survive early, win in the mid game thanks to having more meat than your opponent, and then figure something out in the late game. I'm still working on that last element. No meat? Well, you know what? Why don't I lollipop you? Makes you more likely to get 2 hits, which is important because you're holding, you guessed it, meat. For now, I still feel pretty great about my chances. Yep, okay. Note to self, I'm writing it on like a sticky note and putting it on my monitor. You better have a good reason not to buy meat this week in the early game. I don't want these. I do want this. And I'll keep you around just in case. Sure, you're going to hit level 3. I think, like, you got... I don't know. Use your brain, okay? We're past the point of the seagull. You're going to level, and then we can sell you. Then we add a links to the team. So we're happy to have everything stored up here. Yeah, okay. And if the pug ever hits level 2, you can keep it around a little longer. You might be able to use it to mess up a links on the opponent's team. Seems good to break their peacock like that. We're at 4 wins. Wait, we can just keep the otter around and run waffles? We know crane is good. I would rather dump the... You know what? The fish is going to take a while to get useful. Sell the fish. Unfreeze it. Give me a good... like a super salad. You're not going to buff anything yet, which is not ideal, but it's okay. At least put you up here. I'm not really going to put a fortune cookie on anybody. I'm gonna buy something like that for you. I do struggle to see the long-term future for this squad, but we got a lot of meat. Have you considered the amount of meats we got? Have you seen my meats? Like, we lose to summoning, which is scary, because, like, it seems like every team is running wolves. We barely made it out of that one. I don't think that a seal is the way. I definitely don't think waffle otter is that good long-term. Okay, now you've piqued my interest. I think... that you're probably gone and you're probably gone first. And then we try to rework the team. And the best time to do it is now. Forget about the waffle. Sell the otter. Buy an alpaca. And then do I want a level 2 turkey? What do I want a level 2? I want scalers. I want a moose. I want a moose. We have tier 5s available. No moose. It's fine. We stall for 1. No moose, but chocolate. Freeze it, and then roll. We don't care for the pug. Roll. Cow could also be good. But I think we go alpaca first. We've run the alpaca before. Our squad order, I don't even want to talk about it, but... So this is like, we kind of half-assed our pivot, but that doesn't mean we're cooked yet. We're cooked on this round. That's a given, now that I see it. But we're in the winner's bracket. We're on 0 losses. You're also very good. But I think we got to go this. You're now gone. Goose could start to be unwound as well. Figure out what you're going to buff. I think we should buff the alpaca. The pug will stay ahead of the lynx. Green pepper on somebody. It's like too good to pass up. Not that interested in the pug. Sorry. I think we're still cooked. I think it's going to take like 3 to 4 HP for this successful pivot to work. And what does it look like? Level 3 cow and waffles, brother. Just like the first one. No! My squad! Blorgus Bloopin. No cows? I was literally just about to say, I think like a crane goes insane. I think we have to put some respect on the crane and start pivoting the good units. Like, I'm sorry to say, your goose is not going to do it for you anymore. Give me this. This is another, like, pivot round that I expect to lose. Sell me a goose for 2. Buy an oyster for 3. It's going to level up to level 2. We could sell it for 6 gold. I would sell it. Go to 8. Take my level. Now, recognize that whatever you buy is not going to become... No, not worth it. Recognize that whatever you buy is not going to become a level 2. So honestly, just sticking a lad out there. Oh, never mind. It is going to become a level 2. Because you leveled up and reset your timer. Okay, okay. But now we got a level 3 crane. If we could get a big lad with a green pepper in front of it, like, maybe we're not completely cooked. I don't know. Maybe. That's nice. That's not quite enough, but you saw the idea in practice there. It was better than it's been for a bit. I'm going to say sell me. I'm just not a believer in the Orca here. I'm sorry. I'm going to place you to get to level 3. Then you don't need to be on the team. Sell me. Give me a level 2 moose. Buy me, sell me. We get a little extra gold out of it. I understand you're not getting the trigger there. Freeze me, freeze me. Stake me. Still good. You know what? I think I'm willing. Freeze me. Freeze me. Oh, we can't freeze anything because of the moose. Now I just got waffles sitting there for no reason. Well, it's like the dream shop. Please let me get some waffles next time. I'm not saying I deserve it. We're off in no man's land. My crane! Okay. So I think it's fair to say the pivot hasn't like completely worked out. But all is not lost yet. You just got to make the right choices here. What happens if you hit level 2? Shuffle position of all pets. It's funny, but I just don't think it's enough, man. A green pepper could go huge on whatever unit we do buy to get to level 2. You got to be freezing some stuff for the moose, but I also have to keep my options open. If we're going to buy anything, it basically has to happen right now. So I'm going to buy a mammoth to take it to level 2. And then I'm like, do you sell and buy a warthog? What would you sell? Sell the mammoth? Buy a warthog? But then we can't afford the green pepper. But you're going to be giving more stats to units, which maybe lets your crane pop off a little bit better. Why am I rolling again? You gotta freeze stuff for the moose. He's cooked. He's got too many gears turning in his head. Potato links. Okay, all I can say, and, you know, I wouldn't necessarily call it positive, is my crane lived, but the snipers got me in that one. Okay, I got time to knock out one more real quick. I think we were doing something fun there. We just kind of... You ever hear the analogy? We got out a little bit over our skis. Tasty bit. You know, like the end of... What, the tastiest bit of a hot dog? I mean... I gotta say the bun. I'm just messing with you. I thought it would make you upset. Instead, you're like, what is he talking about? Who brought up hot dogs? Well, I went to a child's birthday party this weekend, and we ate hot dogs for lunch. It was a great time. Hot dogs, potato chips, cantaloupe, goldfish, The biscuit, not the animal. Had a great time. Thanks for asking. I don't care for the dodo. I do care for a giraffe if forced to, and I think on level up is forced to, but in a good way. I think we could actually, like, forget about the opossum for now. I think we like it like this. But I think we love the idea of keeping the pug around to possibly get the fish to level 3, even if it's just in battle, a lot faster. Right, now note to self. We won, but did you learn something? Yes, everybody needs meat. Place meat on all units. Not interested. Meat, please? No meat? Just checking. Meat! Meat! Okay, meat on... You'd probably start with meat on your fish, just because it's going to have the most HP. And I think you could put meat on every... If we added 1 meat per turn, I would be thrilled. Hey, check it out. We win these. I'm feeling good. This is, like, my most confident moment in the game. Give me this, because you're going to stick around. Meat on our, like, second most important unit. And we're not really worried about the pug getting the level until the level actually matters. 4 wins in 4 rounds. So far, so good. You can't win much faster than that. This is a loss. No, it's a win! I did the math wrong! Let's go! 5 wins in 5 rounds. Love to see this. Now, this changes everything. I think we definitely prefer this. And then maybe some meat on you. You're gonna call me crazy for this one? Hot swap his stats. I feel like we're right at the, like, you know in Need for Speed Underground, when you're supposed to shift gears at, like, the exact apex of your, Anyway, I don't know that much about driving. Never mind. Okay, so what I was gonna say is we were gonna have a perfect, but... I thought we were redlining, but in, like, a good way. Is there a good way to redline? We'll take our level. I don't think you can ignore a moose here. And the moose, without a doubt, should have meat. Even though we're only getting 1/2/2 buff here. We embrace this. And these are the units that I'd like to see having it, honestly. Now remember, it's a big price to pay to not be able to freeze stuff. But also, there's very, very limited scaling this week. So an early moose seems like the sort of thing that could kind of go insane. Like, it seems like a gift. 6 wins in 7 rounds. It's very solid. Very nice. Now, a pug can leave now, but it doesn't have to. It has been receiving buffs, like, the whole time. If anything, I think I'd rather sell a possum. I don't care about the trigger. And then we could have it go like, we want the pug to hit the link so it does its effect twice as well. And then we do the buff on the moose. You're good enough to keep. And it certainly feels like you could do worse than having garlic on a unit. Probably on a unit that could receive some buffs from a moose at some point. So maybe you? I know it's no meat, but... I think we're cooking. We're at the very least we're in the kitchen. Seem like good shooting. 7 wins in 8 rounds. Now we gotta... There's 2 ways I think that we can get to 10. One of them, and I'm just gonna stay the course for now, is we win fast enough. Come on. Chocolate, please. They're spinning me. Chocolate? It's so important if we could get chocolate. Why don't you give me one of these then? And I know there's like no chocolate coming probably, but a green pepper goes crazy. One is win before the truly nasty squads start coming out there and making my squad look like you know, the detritus that it is. Not because it's bad on stats, but because it doesn't have, like, any of the high-tier units. The other way is we get the moose to level 2, ASAP, Schrader, and then we're capable of scaling with, like, even the nastiest squads among us. Just wish you could get something out of this. Right? Like, that's so weak. But the roll literally doesn't matter, so I guess we might as well grab something. I mean, we're close. A level 2 moose, I think, would be like an 85% chance to push us over the edge. Lynx, thank you so much. Lynx, for your help. I really appreciate it. I'm not being sarcastic. It could have mattered. It could have mattered, but we didn't hit the 50% on it. We don't want the giraffe. We want this. We want this. Green peppers do go crazy. Probably goes crazy on you right now. Come on. Peta's good too, don't get me wrong. We're stuck. We might as well roll here. That's fine. I'll freeze you right there. Not getting another chocolate in a timely fashion has turned me into the Joker slightly. I would describe myself as slightly the Joker. We did not do enough to screw up their order. I'm rubbing my head. That's the rub of shame. I accept my draw. I'm just checking the clock to make sure I'm not going to be late for daycare pickup. Very nice. Thank you so much. It's later than I would have liked, but also pretty meaningful. We have to roll. We have to roll. We have to roll. Thank you so much. I should never have been so greedy, but I appreciate you hooking me up eventually. We should also be buying steaks in situations where our units have meats. Please. 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 Okay, we're on 2 life, but I fully believe in the power of this level 2 moose. I believe in you. We have a steak. The steak goes to you. And then we freeze, and we roll, and we freeze, and we roll, and we save. I'm okay there. Give me 2 4/4 buffs. 2 4/4 buffs. The Lynx has been buffed. This team can do it, man. It can do it. We need some good Lynx snipes. We're getting through this round. We just need one more. You could leave me on a very positive note here. You could leave me on a very positive note here. No good foods. My pupils are like so dilated looking for the right equipment. No. I freeze. 2 4/4 buffs. Lord, I've seen what you've done for others and I want it for myself. It doesn't seem good. Wait, it seems great! Okay. I knew that the moose had it in it. Sometimes you gotta dance with the one that brought you. Everyone says you don't dance with the one that brought you. I'm telling you, sometimes you gotta dance with the one that brought you. That's the case. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Click the like button if you did, and I'll see you next time. See ya!